Quite often when dealing with imported data, you'll find that your numbers do not behave as numbers, because in fact they are being treated as text. For whatever reason, in the source data, when they come into Excel, they're not spotted as numbers and they end up being treated as text values. Now, if you need them to be treated as numeric values, which if you're likely to need to have to do mathematical formulas or any kind of sorting you will want to, then there has to be a way of converting these back into a number so that Excel can work with them. Sorting is an issue between numbers and being treated as text when your numbers have a different number of digits. For example, here, if we wanted to sort, it would sort by the first characters within here because they're treated as text rather than actual numeric value. Now, you will find that Excel will spot if a set of cells look like numeric values but are being treated as text and place you this little green marker to the top left of each cell. When you click into the cell, you get the information symbol and it says this number is stored as text. And we even have an option to convert to number. So I could just click that and it will convert to number. But if you've got 100,000 rows of these, you don't want to be doing that one at a time. If you can multiple select all of these cells that have the same problem, text stored as a number, so you highlight them all, then you'll find you'll get one pop-out symbol up here at the top, and you can convert to number, and all of them will be converted in one go. So that's quite a quick way of doing things. There are other methods. If we undo, and again, one traditional method that I have seen used and have used myself actually is to just take the value of that cell, so equals that cell, and multiply it by 1. If Excel is able to multiply the cell by 1, then it realizes that it's a number and actually converts the result into a number value. If I return, you can see that Excel now thinks that's a number because it's left a line. That's the biggest giveaway. And I can then replicate and I have my set of numbers. So that was sort of the old-fashioned way. Or you could run a function, that function being value. So equals the value of that cell there, return and then replicate, and I get a set of numbers. Now, bear in mind that doing it this way or this way, your result is just the result of a formula. If you then want those numbers, you'll have to do the copy and paste special. So I want all of these as actual values. Then I select them all, copy, come across to where I want the result, and paste special using the paste values option, not the function. And then I just need to widen because some of them went into scientific. Now that I have my set of numbers as numbers, I can go ahead and use any of the Excel formatting that works. So I can go number, currency, accounting, go into number, go into specific custom options. I'm totally in control of the number side of things now. That's converting what appears into Excel as text, but it's actually numbers, into numbers that Excel can then manipulate and format and calculate and sort correctly. Now there is a flip side. Now that they are numbers, we can carry out all of Excel's formatting, not a problem. The problem comes if you formatted a cell, quite prettily perhaps we went with currency format, and then I tried to take this data into another application, it will just appear as the raw numbers. So if I were to copy and paste this information into a non-Microsoft program, it wouldn't appear as $25,255,517. It would appear as the raw number there. If I want to take formatted numbers into another program, I need to effectively carry out that formatting, not using the formatting commands here, but using functions. And there are a number of functions. I'm going to put them at the top of columns here. Let's have a little gap. There is a function to format your numbers into a dollar style. So equals dollar, open brackets, take my raw number, which is there, and then an optional parameter of the number of decimals. I'm going to put a 0 in there because there's no sense. And then I can replicate and just widen because all of my numbers are now actually text values, but they are formatted as dollars so that I can copy and paste them and use them in other applications. Now there are other clever functions that do this kind of formatting. There is a fixed function. So I can say equals fixed. Again, point it at the number cell, which is there, with two optional parameters. How many decimal places? I'm going to go with 0 again. And then, do you want commas at the 1,000 and the million mark? Well, actually I do. Let's go for true. And we haven't got any. No commas. It's a backwards question. So true means I don't want any commas. False means I do want some commas. And then replicate. And then I hide the commas at the 1,000 and the million marks. So that's dollar and fixed. Two great formatting options for numeric cells so that you can then use that formatting outside of Excel. Now there is a third, which actually I use quite frequently, which is called text equals text. And what this does is it can actually do what the dollar and the fixed does, but with more flexibility. And we take our numeric cell, comma, and then inside a set of speech marks, we can put the number formatting that we wish to see. And these number formatting styles come from the number format box. If you're not sure what you want, you can have a look in there and then replicate in here. I'm going to go with 0,000.00. And that gets me formatted with the comma mark and 2 decimal places. And then I can replicate that. So 3 clever formatting functions: dollar, fixed, and then text, which gives you really a massive amount of flexibility because you control the formatting here within the speech marks to tell it to format the number how you want it to be displayed. If you then copy and paste these new formatted numbers into a new location in another application, they will go with the formatting. If you just copy them from Excel using Excel's formatting, as we have here, then the only thing you take is the raw number. You can see here in the formula bar what you're going to take. You're going to take those actual digits. Whereas here, you're going to take the digits and the commas and the decimal places. Because if I say copy and paste values, we do like that command, don't we? We see the commas and the decimal places. So it's those values that then get pasted into the external application.